Revival. I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Revival.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know who they are. And that's Mr. Glass, Sad, full of that. Spee if you nasty now. And I'm here with my brother, El Jefe, a.k.a. White Jersey, a.k.a. Blue Jersey, a.k.a.
Tears, bro.
God, there's gonna be a lot of this today.
I hope you have drinks. I hope everyone has a drink who's watching this.
Please got a drink.
Let's listen. We're gonna process this together. Okay,
We're gonna do this.
We're gonna be all right.
We got a special guest to actually help us process this as well,
Yes.
but we'll get to that in a second, guys. And shout out to you. Yes, you the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support. Like I said, guys, we got a special guest in the building, the duo, the dynamic duo, the Giant Insiders in the building here tonight, guys. It's going to be a good one. It's like an exorcism for me right here. We're about to take y'all to church tonight, all right? But first, let's go. We really got to do this. Let's go around the room. I'm going to start with El Jefe. Forget about what we saw Sunday. We'll get to that. We got a whole show. How was your week, man?
Well, that was my weekend. So not great. No, it's funny. In the intro, you always surprise me with how you're gonna intro me. And I knew where you were going. I knew I was already crying.
I saw you. I heard you. I was like, yo, I was like, you already knew where I was going.
Because I don't know. I don't know if you're prepared or not. Because sometimes you have a great one, and sometimes you haven't thought about it until that second. So I never know.
That very second.
But this time, I was just like, I'm gonna cry. I think he knows I'm gonna cry.
I think that was unprompted. I think you were going to cry before he even got to it. You were like already.
Yeah, I've been very teary today.
But you know what, brother? It's funny, man, because again, I kind of think of these things kind of the last minute. I'll take like 3 lines and I'll go, maybe I'll use this, maybe it's that. But sometimes it just forces me. And it's funny you chose crying because I didn't have 2 more lines that I might have used. So it's funny how it's just brothers, man. You see how it's just the same energy, man. It's brothers, man. That's where it's at, bro. But Speed, what's going on, brother?
I don't know, man. It feels a lot like last year. Like everything was going great.
Hold on, Speed.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna get to that yet. No.
I'm talking about my weekend. Everything was going great.
Thank God.
You know, the weekend was. I had a golf trip. You know, we were having a good time. College football. You know, then the vibes were positive. Heading back to East Rutherford, and then, you know, even the tailgate, amazing. And then, you know, the weekend gets, you know, made or ruined with how the Giants perform, and a lot of it's been ruined lately.
Yep.
Listen, guys, we're not going to keep you waiting. We got to really talk about this. Today, guys, we're going to take you to church.
Oh,
today, guys. Oh, yeah. See, I like that right there. Right now, we're going to hopefully try to give you a Giants exorcism. Get rid of this bad juju and these demons around the Meadowlands Stadium. And we thought not only we shouldn't do this alone. No, we cannot. We can't do this alone. This is a great show here. We're going to try to bring the vibes no matter what. Well, we got 2 great people. Our brothers, Joe Brothers, Chris Bizignano, and of course, my guy, Jerry Foley. Giant Insider in the building. Round of applause. What's going on, gentlemen? Thank you so much for your time, man. How you guys feeling, man? I miss you guys. I really do. How you guys doing? What's going on?
We need you.
Well, first, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, perfectly, man.
Well, if you think I'm going to pull a Father Karras from The Exorcist here, you know, you're sadly mistaken.
We'll bring you out another time then.
I'm waiting for you guys to say something like, "So, Chris, Daniel Jones, how many personalities?" There's only one.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? I don't know if you guys are big Exorcist movie fans, but
Yes,
you know what I'm
yes.
talking about if you
That's
are.
the
You know,
Lord.
so,
Classic.
I was gonna say we started our podcast in like 2018, guys. So we're not the people to exercise anything. Like since we've been doing it, man. Outside of 1 year, it's just been all right. Chris, want to talk about this loss now? Okay, let's try and get through it.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys this later, but I need to ask you now since you led into it. You guys, you saw two bad eras, right? Like the 70s and now. And I take it from 71 to 82, and I took it from the year after the Super Bowl till now. 12 years basically apiece. Which one do you think has been worse at this point?
It's a Chris question.
Chris?
this is worse, and I'll tell you why. I lived through the 70s, but guys, that was pre-free agency, right? Back then, if you had a bad roster, you had a bad roster for years until you started building up drafts, and it was bad rosters. They had a good defense back in the 70s, but the offense was horrific,
Sounds about right.
Today's NFL, there isn't much separation between teams. There really is. That's why a lot of games come down to the final possessions and there's one score games and all that stuff, because of free agency and all that stuff. So the last 10 years, 11 years, believe it or not, if you could believe it, these rosters have been better than the teams of the 70s. Okay. So it's a different combination of why they're losing so much, either quarterback play or this element or bad coaching. We've gone through coaches like Underwood now the last, 6 years, 7 years, all that stuff. And so, look, it was horrific back then, but we knew guys going into the season. We saw the roster in the 70s and stuff with the quarterback situation and this is going to be a long year, but you look at this Giant team in the last 6-7 years. Okay. Not that they have great rosters, but you go into the season saying, okay, well, we got this. We should be competing here. We could win 10. And obviously we know the results. So I know a lot of people, it's funny you ask that, dude. A lot of people ask me that, what's, what do you think's worse? And I tell you, man, I think the last 11, 12 years, and as we go into this season, after what happened the other day, it looks like this is going to be another long one, so
I mean, it reeks of that already, doesn't it? Like it just already. And Nick, I don't know how much this weekend, because it's Washington, this is the one team in the NFL that Daniel Jones just shows up against 5-1-1, I think, in his career. And the Giants, for whatever reason, just have Washington's number all the time. Even in Washington, it doesn't matter. Like they just got them. So if they win this weekend, is it going to be, all right, well, it's Washington? Or does it matter how it happens? What do you think?
I think exactly that. I think if they win, we always beat Washington. So how are they going to play against the Browns? Now, to your last question, I started watching in '83, so this is way worse than that 1 year, guys. So,
right.
I was 9 years old, started watching them, so that's why I said that's a Chris question. But no, absolutely, man. I mean, if they beat Washington, it's like, well, okay, been there, done that. Let's see what happens against the Browns or Dallas. So. There's nothing. If they lose, then it's, oh my God, the sky will be falling. Sky is falling. And this, we were talking about last night. Like, is this a must win? Yes. This is absolute must win week 2. Unbelievable. That's where we are.
Yeah. If last week was must win.
Right.
And we didn't just lose. Like, it does matter how you lose. If this was 32-31, the Giants were scoring points. It's like, all right, we can score. We can move the ball. We didn't take a deep shot and we got fucking bent over at home with all these legends coming out at halftime. This was
not competitive.
Beyond worst case scenario. So I think if we lose Sunday, it becomes bench them, don't let them see the field again. Like
and if
they lose, it better not be because of Daniel.
Right.
Yes.
And let me ask you this, man, because everybody's talking about how Daniel Jones played. Obviously, he didn't play too well, but just your opinion of both of you guys. Is it a culmination of play calling as well as quarterback play? Do you feel like this is a team loss more than a quarterback loss? Like, who would you point the finger at to be like, you know what? This guy didn't really step up to the occasion and didn't play well. Or what would you point your finger at as far as position?
Guys, it was one big shit show.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
So you can put it.
Everybody contributed except for Dexter Lawrence. Everybody contributed to that shit show.
Yeah.
Daniel, Daboll. Offensive line, I'm not going to really put them in there. I'm not going to put them
They
in
held
there.
up.
But
that's
you look,
the best we've seen.
Gave up play, made Donald look really good. Flock gets beat, his eyeballs are I don't know what the hell he was doing with his eye set. Gets beat behind them. Tay gets beat on a look like a deep cross from JJ or that little double move where he did deep. It was one big shit show. Guys, what was alarming about it to me was that they just didn't have the answer to anything Minnesota was doing. Daboll, Shane Bowen. Look, the defense didn't play that bad. They only got 312 yards. They did some, not some great things, but it wasn't like the defense was shredded. They won. No. They played well against the run in the first half. Second half, they started getting beat up a little bit by Aaron Jones in the fourth quarter. It wasn't that they were really bad, but the real concerning thing to me was that Brian Flores, everything he did, and nothing was exotic. They just didn't have an answer for. No. They were totally fooled. The coaching staff was totally fooled because they thought Brian was going to come out and throw a bunch of zero blitzes at him, 5-man looks, 6-man pressures, and he didn't. Brian, he basically rushed 4 and played a soft shell.
He said, make Daniel beat you,
and he was just like, he was just like, well, you know what? They really got one guy here, Malik. We're going to roll Harrison over. We're going to roll Andrew Bynum over to him. We're going to do a soft shell. Let's see if they adapt to it. Let's see if they adjust to that. And guys, they didn't.
No,
they didn't. Yeah. There's ways to get teams out of a cover 2. And Flores is not a real big cover 2 guy. He likes being that pressure coordinator. And the Giants had no guys. They were still trying to throw receiver screens in the third quarter because they were worried about the blitz. And you saw what happened there one time. Van Ginkel sniffed that out. It was embarrassing. And I looked over and I watched it again the other day, yesterday. And Andrew comes up to the line of scrimmage. I see him look like this. He looks like this, like he sees Wandell come out to the slot. And you could just see what he was thinking. Like, oh, here they're going to try, And Illumino's supposed to cut him out there, right? He's supposed to cut his leg. Well, he didn't because Andrew backed up. He got off the line, sniffed it, and we know the rest, right? So that was a big concerning thing to me. It was one big shit show from the coaching staff, from Daniel and everybody. So,
Chris, I got a question on that bad play.
Which one, Van Ginkel pick?
The pick 6.
Yeah.
Because I noticed Illuminor right tackle dropped back, and it was his guy that intercepted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Illuminor backed up so far, to basically make his guy be in the line of sight. Now, Jones could have seen this, audible, done whatever, known it was going to get blown up. But I just saw Illuminor just back straight up, and I didn't hear anybody talk about it.
He wasn't in Daniel's line of sight at all. Daniel just took that snap, looked right, and threw it.
I'm just wondering, if Illuminor stood that dude up, he's not there. That's my thing.
No. What I'm saying is that Van Ginkel sniffed that. He didn't just rush.
Yeah.
He dropped Van Ginkel. If you watch him, he just stays there and then jumps up. He sniffed that. I saw Harrison Smith in the tunnel after the game. He walked right by me because he's a big he's a Notre Dame guy. I'm a big Notre Dame fan. And I grabbed him quick. I said, "Hey, Harrison, sniff that pick 6, didn't you?" He just looked at me. He goes, "How'd you figure that?" I forgot to tell you that during the podcast. He goes, "How'd you figure that?" And he started laughing. That's why I've been saying that. They knew that. They kind of sensed that, what was coming in. If you look at Van Ginkel, he just kind of stays at the line. He reads Daniel immediately and goes up. So
it's the most anticipation Jones threw with all day for that big 6, man. It's unbelievable.
And that was one of the things I asked Chris, watching it at home, right? Doing the live stream, watching at home, million guys watching it with us. Like we had 3,000 watching, biggest live stream we've ever had, awesome. Right? So everyone's kind of firing these questions, and I'm like, I don't know. And that's why I asked Chris, all right, Jones drops back, and not that play, but he has time. Are the receivers not open? And he answered yes last night. He's like, they didn't really help him much, right? And then another guy just messaged on YouTube to us. He says, I'm glad Chris said that. I was at the game in the upper level, and the receivers weren't really helping Jones.
No, they weren't.
So it's like, okay, yes, we want Jones to take chances, but then
it's a big shit show.
Yeah, it's from top to bottom. So look, I wanted to move on from quarterback last year after the Seattle game. I think that was it for me. That was my Daniel Jones breaking point. But you're on board because you want the Giants to win, but now you're at the point where it's more than that, right? But I do say, and I said this last night on the podcast, that Jones' play permeates throughout the entire team. Like when he first drive, they lose 9, and then they get the ball after a great play by Andrew Phillips, right? And then they get 3 points from the 20. Like it's like it's just one thing after another, and it's all over the team now, man. It's just
here's
tough time, man.
And here's the thing, guys. What's one sign element of a very good quarterback? Well, you elevate your team when they're not playing well.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel
Make a
Jones,
throw, make a play.
And Daniel Jones just doesn't have that ability. He just does not elevate it. He doesn't have the personality for it. He just doesn't elevate. You know what I mean? Like when your team is off and everything, even the greatest offenses, going back to Marino, they struggle at times. Mm-hmm. But a guy like Dan Marino, right back in the day, he would get in that huddle, or he would get on that sideline. Tom Brady get in that sideline, and he'd be yelling at guys. He'd be like he'll be looking to elevate what the F they're doing wrong and trying to get it right. Guys, you see Daniel, he just comes to the sideline. He's just standing there, all that stuff.
Open around.
It's not his person. He just doesn't have him to elevate. His play's not going to elevate. He's not going to put the team. The only time I saw him do that, guys, was 2022. He did it in a few games where he kind of put the team on his shoulder. That Colts game.
Tennessee game too.
Where he put, but he just, look, here's the bottom line, fellas. He's shot. Daniel Jones mentally is effing shot. Mm-hmm. And look, I thought the Dallas game started last year when he took a freaking beating, and I blame Daboll for keeping him in that fourth quarter where he was getting destroyed. And I was like, "What are you doing, Daves?" What? And then the Miami game kind of finished him off. Yeah, he took a beat in that game too. To me, he hasn't been the same since. To me, mentally, he's shot. It's
mentally, physically, and everything.
Because guys, everything. Yeah, because guys, look, let's face it. Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones, but it's not like, he's been this bad since 2019. We were like, what the hell are we still doing with this guy? But he has shown moments where he could play quarterback in this league, right? He's not there right now. He's shot. Will they get back to somewhat efficient football? I don't know right now. I can't really, I can't say yes, but he has shown in this league that he could play the position, right? Mm-hmm. But he just, to me, I don't know if he could come back to that, to that area where he's playing well. And I just think he's mentally shot.
Yeah, once you're shot there and you can't play loose and you're not confident, like if you go into anything without confidence, it's going to affect how you do it, literally no matter what it is. So if you're out there in danger of getting seriously hurt, which he already has several times, like there's too much going on. He lost any feel. If he had a feel for the game, it's completely gone now. Like he has no authority at the line. Even though Aaron Rodgers didn't play well last night, one thing I admire about him is that he has complete command when he walks up to the line. He's looking at the defense, knowing what he's seeing, and he's telling his guys what to do. Daniel doesn't do that shit. He walks up there, he says hike, and he does whatever the play calls.
One read.
Stares down the first read. Then the defense knows it. Everyone knows it, except the Giants keep saying, he's our fucking guy. Let's roll him out there again. It's fucking maddening.
Well, he's not going to be there long, fellas.
I don't think the confidence. I don't think they were parading him around like that. I think it's evident how they acted over the offseason that they were kind of like hoping for the best with Daniel. They tried to move on, but man, I think their confidence in him and the fans' confidence is also permeated into his game too. He is so afraid to make a mistake. He's so triggered, like he's so scared in that pocket. So playing the game scared, and you can't play the game scared. They were daring him to take hole shots all game long, and he just wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it, and they're now playing too deep. So I don't know how you get out of this bad stretch that he's in, and like the way that coordinators are going to play against you, because they're going to make tight throws. They're going to just play back every time. Why would anybody blitz him at this point?
The only one that's going to help himself is Daniel Jones at this point, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no other man that can get out of his own way but Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is in his way. Like Biz said, it's just something mentally, unfortunately. I think, like he said, is shot at the moment. But before we continue, guys, I know we got 2 super chats we want to get to, of course.
Holy shit, a super chat!
Oh, we got to let you guys go, man. Of course. You know what I mean?
You guys are way ahead of us. Way ahead of us on the sound effects.
What the hell was that super chat?
We recorded that.
Voice come out of somewhere. Huh?
Eli's got tricks. We recorded that 9 minutes ago.
Production right here.
Yeah,
this is way better than I can provide, Chris. I apologize.
We'll work.
You better get on your game, man.
I know. I have the
coming out of, I thought it was my room here.
This was looking around.
I'll give you my sound effect. Hang on.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
There you go. But guys, we got a couple super chats in the building here, guys.
Yeah.
Come on in. We got a lot of people in the chat we're trying to get through. But if you want to make your comment highlighted, please send over the super chat to the biz. And of course, Jerry here from the Giant Insider.
This is as creative as I get. I mean, that's
like
all I
that.
got. If you guys have, that's really
it.
it.
Man. It was awesome.
I love it.
I love
it.
At one point. It was awesome.
Can't go wrong with a nice little horn.
Well, you know what? Now I have to step it up because I'm kind of pissed. So that's
listen. This is we try to push each other. We all try to push.
No,
each
I
other,
appreciate that. Yeah. Real quick, I was going to say, Spear, you talk about Daniel coming up to the line, like the guy over your shoulder, Eli. You know, he used to drive me crazy because he would take till like 0 on the play clock. Like, get it off! Just get the play off! I would kill somebody to have those days back.
Yeah.
I will.
Oh my God, I used to go nuts.
He had them in the right play. He always had it. He checked to a run.
Were all you 3 guys at the game Sunday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, so you don't really know that either. I asked Jerry last night, but I'm just curious. I wonder if he audibled one time at the line of scrimmage.
I didn't see him do it once.
I didn't see it.
I haven't seen him do it ever.
I can't think of the last time he did.
If anything, I think in the first quarter he might have flipped the play. There was a 3 wide receiver bunch, and he might have flipped them to the right side instead of for the left. That's the only thing.
Is that Daboll's offense, Chris, or is that
because I was getting into that because I was hoping you guys. I wasn't sure if you guys at the game or not. Because I reached out to somebody last night and I said, "Yo, I gotta ask you something. Is Daniel audible though? Does he have the ability? Does he have the? Can he audible plays?" And they were like, "He's got 2 plays at the line of scrimmage every play."
So what the hell is? Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna get to it
because he doesn't know
that Duke education, baby. That Duke education.
Spiro, that's what I was just thinking. You went to Duke. You got to give us that at least. Oh my God!
Come on, Daniel.
Well.
I don't want to hear first one in, first one out. Duke, none of that matters if you don't do anything good on the football field.
Right.
Steve says, I'm not watching any more Giants game. I'd rather slam my pencil in a car door than watch the Dave Brown's son throw the rock anymore. And C's went back to back. He came back for more. He couldn't help himself. Flores took getting snubbed for the job personal, just like when we beat Baltimore for Wink last year. I effing hate it here. I wonder how many therapists are making bank due to this decade disaster. You're not wrong. I think it's schizo. I mean,
he's wrong. He's gonna watch. He's wrong. He's a good.
He's gonna watch, but we're gonna.
We all do.
It.
We all do.
Yeah.
We all watch. Yeah.
We got
one of those car wrecks you can't turn away from.
Yeah, Sarge.
Daniel has never shown that he can consistently get the job done. He had 1 good year, and that's
Sound
it.
Effects.
They actively tried to replace him, which definitely didn't help his confidence. And now they're showing that he can't function at all. It's true, man. This is a sad state, and it's September 10th, guys.
I can't believe we're here talking about this.
Can I give you the one positives?
Yes.
I'm going to try to give you
Chris.
some positives. Okay, because I was talking to some guys in the locker room after the game. So I'm going to try to give you a positive. Try to stick with me. Don't kill me or nothing like that. Okay.
Let's do for the people.
Fellas, week 1 of the NFL season, you could throw it out the effing window.
Yeah.
Now I know you're going to. But Chris, Daniel, people are going crazy. Daniel stinks. I get it. I totally get it. But week 1 of the NFL season, guys, is just throw it out the window. I mean, because so many guys, I had a veteran tell me, listen, I understand everything was not good today, but I'm telling you right now, we're going to be better next week. These week 1s, half the freaking teams in this league, nobody's on the same page because training camps are bullshit. That's what I had a veteran tell me. Okay? Now, I'm not saying, and guys, I can tell I think you're going to see a better Giants teams. I know you people following it, watching it.
I agree.
Kill me for saying this. But I think you're going to see a better Giants team Sunday. Like a lot of teams that look like shit for week 1, you're going to see them get much better. The people, I have a friend I play golf with. He's all excited. New England won a game. I said, dude, that's the last game you're probably going to win till like November.
Yeah,
right? It's called week 1
against the Bengals.
So look, this Washington team Sunday, you look at their roster. Look what Baker did Sunday. Look at their secondary, and guys, it has to get better. Because I'm telling you right now, if it doesn't, and the offense has 260 yards again, a couple of times, well, Daniel might not last the 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm.
He might be out. And it's going to get real hot around here if Washington gets out of there with a win against the Giants. Because this is not a good Washington team. They're still feeling away, new coaching staff. Their secondary is not good. Okay. Now they got some guys up front they could play. Don't get me wrong. Their offensive line is not good. So this is a game, not to mention the Giants beat them all the time anyway. Rookie quarterback who's getting his feel, right? It's going to get real. I tell you, this is an absolute must win. The Giants have to win this game. You got to get out of there with a win, man, because if not, it's going to be brutal around here.
And I just want to touch on something you just. Oh, sorry. Real quick. I want to touch on something because he said the offensive line, they looked atrocious, and I think this is where the Giants should take advantage. Now, we talked about Jones, but what about Burns and KT having terrible games?
Yeah,
and it's time right now, especially with what Thibodeaux pulled in the locker room over there with Renana, and
he's been pulling that for 2 weeks. You guys didn't see what really happened with Jordan.
Yeah.
I found it went further. Guys, I really can't get into it. I'm sorry, but it went further.
Nah, don't worry.
From what I understand, I hear people saying, they were telling me like, oh yeah, I saw what happened, Chris, in the locker room with Jordan. I'm like saying to myself, how did half these people know what happened? I was right there. And then I didn't realize it. Then Banks is texting me going, yeah, no, I saw what happened with Jordan. I'm like, that's impossible, Carl. You weren't in the locker room. I mean, what are you talking? Then I saw that there was a presser clip of Thibodeaux, and Jordan asked him a question, and Kayvon kind of gave a half-ass answer, whatever he did. Yeah. And it was all over Twitter. And then I said, oh, shit. I didn't know that was on I did not know, because what happened was I walked over to Tibbs' locker room after the lights went down, after the cameras shut. And it continued, fellas.
Really?
It continued a little bit more, where it was getting to the point where I started walking over to start stepping in. And then the PR was walking over too. Because it was getting stupid.
Wow.
And it had nothing to honestly, fellas.
That's disappointing.
Jordan Rainon was 100% correct.
Yeah.
100%. I was right there with Jordan. And then I talked to Jordan afterwards, because I wasn't there from the beginning, and he told me everything happened. So Thibodeaux, look, guys, I'm going to say this. I've been around this New York scene a long effing time. If you're going to have an attitude like that, and you're going to be confrontational, and he did something in the locker room last week, I'm not going to get into it. He pointed out another guy in the media and was trying to make a jerk off out of him. Okay? I was right there. And you better be Lawrence Taylor type stats. Or you better have Micah Parsons type stats to have that attitude. Because I tell you what, my man, don't be coming at people. And I know, listen, guys, I'm the first one. I know the media could be very obnoxious at times.
Sure.
I know there could be questions and guys don't want to hear it, especially when I've been in losing locker rooms now for years. I know how tense it could get in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then you don't go over and I tell you what, you're not in that category of giving some media guys an attitude, because you haven't really done anything here. Okay. And I tell you another thing. Okay. So I don't want to see flash shit. But what do you mean, Chris? I'll tell you what I mean. I don't want to see a couple sacks Sunday against Washington, against Cornelius Lucas and Andrew Wiley. Okay, that's great. Yeah. I want to see it the following week against, if Jay Conklin plays and Jarek Wills plays. Yep. Show me the following week when Tyler Guyton's playing and Terrence Steele's playing and the Cowboys, and you're taking over games there.
Darisaw ate his lunch. He ate his lunch on Sunday.
So did Brian O'Neill.
Holy moly.
Even when I was on the other side, Brian O'Neill ate him up too. So, which I knew was going to happen.
One pressure, all games, 0 tackles.
So what
you're going to give attitude?
What I'm saying is, Tibbs, calm it down. I get it. The losing, whatever it might be, and you don't like this guy, you don't like this reporter. I get it. That's your right. But dude, you're not in that category. Like, if you're going to do shit like that, and I've seen arrogant, I'm not going to call them arrogant, but I've seen confrontational athletes for my whole life. But you better be in a special category to have that. What I mean by that is that you better be producing big time to even slightly get away with that. When New York fans are going to go, okay, I know I don't like it, but you know what? He got me 3 sacks. He gets 14 and a half sacks here. Yeah, we'll deal with it. You know what I mean? No, when you have that and you're not doing, when you have 0 on the stat sheet, except for the face mask that kept the drive alive.
Yeah,
dude, chill. Go out there and produce. You know what I mean? And I expect him to come out Sunday and have his, sack and a half against. You want to see it on a consistent basis with Thibodeaux. You know what I mean? Now he's labeled. Unfortunately, now everybody in the media like, oh, this freaking guy here, was he kidding me? You know what I mean? Now he's got to really play well, fellas, or you're going to see that.
Oh, he's
And I had
out.
guys,
Yep.
and I talked to a few guys very, very close to the situation in that building in the last few days. You know what they told me? Hey, it's adversity. Let them deal with it. Otherwise, and usually I get answers like this. Oh, that guy's the media guy is. Oh, what do you expect? What do you?
Yeah.
No, not this time. Now it's like, you know what? He's facing adversity. Let him be a grown man and deal with it.
It reminds me of when Shane interviewed him pre-draft and said, I think it was Shane or Daboll said, "How are you going to react when you have no sacks in a game or no sacks for a couple of weeks?" And the media asked you about it. Well, we got our answer now, right? And that was the other. That's the other depressing thing about Sunday, right? Like, again, I'm not indicting these draft picks, but Joe Shane was handed a shit show, all right? But he was handed, all right, Dexter Lawrence is on the team, Andrew Thomas, they're clearly our best players. You look at these early round draft picks. Kayvon Thibodeaux and Evan Neal, 5 and 7, right now, doesn't look good, right? Deontay Banks looks okay. I mean, we're literally riding on Malik Neighbors to just be the next coming of Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what you get excited about. But like, again, it's very early in their career, but right now, that's the depressing part about it. We've had high draft picks and they're not working out.
Yeah.
And it sucks too. And I just want to ask you a question because a lot of people, man, are like, oh, here we go. The Giants are doing bad, 0-1, and it does not look good. A lot of rumors start to flail around a little bit, especially earlier where another reporter, I forget his name at the moment, said that Brian Daboll feels like he's on a hot seat here.
No, he doesn't.
I'm going to ask you, Biz, here. Do you
No,
feel, and I'm going to ask Jerry
No,
as
he
well.
doesn't. No, he does not.
Cool. Just want to know if there's anything as far as him being on a hot seat, or do you guys think, in your opinion, that he could be on a hot seat this season if he loses any games?
Guys, it would have to be an effing disaster. Losing the locker room and all that crap.
We are ratings, Chris. Ratings, baby.
Let's go.
And Joe Shane. The last thing Mara wants to do, the last thing ever, is to make another change. The other stuff I heard that Daboll's telling people supposedly around him, I'm coaching for my job. Absolutely not true. Absolutely not true. Is it pressure to win? Of course. Of course it's pressure to win. But as far as he thinks he's coaching for his job right now, as we sit here on September 10th, absolutely not true.
And guys, I was going to say, like, Daboll's like get out of jail free card for all of this is look at my quarterback. I have a $40 million quarterback. You got to give me my quarterback. You got to give me the rookie, and then let's see what happens, right? So no matter what happens, no matter how many play calls you don't agree with, it's Daniel Jones, right? So and then that's my argument. If I'm Daboll, even if it was the case where they were thinking about it, which Chris knows, right? Like he's there, right? So. But if I was Daboll and they're even thinking about it, it's guys, I have Daniel Jones, right? It's year 6. This is the next version of Dave Brown. It's just not working. You got to give me my rookie. You got to give me my quarterback that I can draft.
And that's how it felt. That's how it felt when he's sitting in the room. They asked him, he's like, about all these quarterbacks. You can see how light he was and how happy he was when he's talking about all these quarterbacks. And they're like, we're going to run back with Daniel. And he's like, yep.
So much
like,
hope.
Yeah,
so much hope.
He's like, would you trade up for Jaden Daniels? He's like, yes, please.
Please, I give my pinky toe.
Well, the Patriots are asking for a lot. Well, how much are they asking for, right? So
yeah,
exactly.
They absolutely love Jaden Daniels, by the way. Daboll and Shane.
Well, that's so much to work with.
They absolutely love Jaden, but they knew there was no chance of getting him. They knew he was going to walk.
No, the top 3 teams needed quarterbacks. But what's more embarrassing for Mara, like continuing to look like this as an organization or making another change?
Well, guys,
how could it be worse?
I mean, the fall of Daniel Jones, especially after week 1, nobody really thought that either right now, that he's going to look this bad. Let's see how he looks. It's week 1. Look, all I can say is, guys, let's see how he looks as we move along in this process, but the way he looked last year and now the way he's come out this year so far, I mean, it's obviously very ugly. You know what I mean?
So you think his leash is this game? Is it this game?
I got to be honest with you, Spiro. I think if he comes out in this first half, does some stupid stuff, not moving the team, bad throws, bad pick, I think Dave's goes to lock. Yes, I do.
Fuck
yeah. Then it's over forever.
It's over forever. Exactly, Jerry. Then it's got to be over forever. Sit him down the rest of the year and just go with Drew Lock and just take the growing pains at this point.
I don't think.
Let him be the bridge.
I do not think Daboll goes through another 60 minutes of inept football from his quarterback. I do not think it happens.
Because even if Daboll's not on the hot seat, he doesn't want this shit on his record. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to show this. If he can't if he's uncoachable at this point, then you got to try something else. Like you can't keep doing the same thing. It's ridiculous and embarrassing. I do want to get to one comment really quick from Bill Hartnett, who is our revivalist of the month.
Dude, that guy's on ours all the time. He's awesome. He's with us all the time.
He has set the bar. So I'm not sure if this comment was like tongue in cheek or joking around a little bit. You want Jones to take chances. Receivers have to get open. I do want to touch on that, Bill, if you're serious. I'm not sure. But I want to show you something because shout out to Warren Sharp for putting this together. But this is the average yards of separation across the NFL. Daniel Jones with the fourth best from his receivers, 4.4 yards separation. And look at his 52 completion. You know what I mean? Like you see all these guys in the 70s, 52 completion. I'll show it again in case anybody was
it didn't feel like it was
Why
that,
would you
that
show
much
me this? I'm like enraged looking at this stat right here.
Because it was always get him aligned, then see what he could do. Get some receivers who could separate, then see what he could do. And it's 1 week, yes, but this is like
Jeff. We need
evident. Too much.
We need the perfect. He needs the perfect tight end. That's what he needs.
Can I point something out really quick?
That's next. That's next, Jerry. That's next. That's so next.
Can I point something out really quick with that though?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
You're freaking biz out.
Chris, they have sound effects. Chris, we don't. I'm sorry.
From all over.
Guys, I'm going to YouTube how to add sound effects to StreamYard the minute this is over.
We got you, man.
This hit me up, Jerry. I got you.
Just quickly with that stat, okay? I get it. That looks fancy once Sharp puts it out there. But you got to remember something, too. When teams are playing a lot of soft shell, when the receiver's running from the first level, getting in that window, he's going to have 2-3 yards open.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean no. You got to remember something. And I'm not sticking up for Daniel, but a lot of times you're in that pocket and you see him going to that window, but now you're seeing the safety roll over where he's not going to, a guy like Daniel might not, another guy might take a shot in that window. Daniel's a little hesitant.
Well, how do you get out of that? How do you get out of this vicious cycle that you're in? Like, you have to take the shots, right?
Take the shot.
You're not gonna win.
Right. You're going down. You're going down, Jones. You're going down anyway. Just take the shot. Take the shot now.
It's been almost a calendar year since he's thrown a touchdown pass, guys.
Insane. But I'm gonna
359 days. I saw that. Yeah.
Insane.
Jeff, you brought up something real quick. I just want to address one thing you said. Because you put it on Twitter the other day. You said it's been 3 years for Shane. And I get it. I agree. But like, I just always go back to this, man. Like, look at the 2021 draft from Dave Gettleman. There's one guy left. It was that, like, I'm just saying, I know he gave him Dexter Lawrence and Andrew Thomas, but the cap was a disgrace and the draft picks were a mess. Like, I hear what you're saying, the impatience, but like, he was left a world of shit.
Completely.
And
I agree.
That 2021 draft is like indicative of what he was left.
I agree. Part of it was going back and forth with people who were like, yeah, but Shane already took us to the playoffs in 22. I'm like, did he? Because why are we asking for patience 3 years later if he's getting credit in year one? That's what I'm calling bullshit.
That's fair.
Yeah. He either is good or he's not. And I think it's still completely TBD. If anything,
look,
it's not looking good.
His drafts, you look at his 3 draft classes in the first.
How many hits? How many pure hits? Like you had 2
haven't been that good.
Wandale Robinson, maybe?
They haven't been that good.
Right. I'm stretching here, guys.
I know exactly. You have no surefire draft picks. Neighbors is obviously, we fully expect him to be a great receiver, but it takes a great quarterback to elevate that.
Oh, wait, guys. No. Josh Azudu. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah. Flott and Azudu. Yes.
You look at his drafts, 3 years. I mean, there's not a lot of home runs, if any.
All right. Hold on, guys. Let's put a stop to this now. All right. We spent 38 minutes just being as we just got it all out.
Wait, hold on.
Right.
I still got a couple of questions for Jerry and my guy Chris here. I just want to address the elephant in the room because this was obviously a soft spot for Dexter Lawrence in the locker room, but the entire fan base booing at the stadium. I just want to get Jerry and Chris' opinion here. What do you think of fans booing? Is that something that you frown upon, etc.? What is your thoughts on that?
What's frowned upon is what they did to Daniel Jones after the game's over.
Yep.
I mean, come on. In the stadium, I mean, booing is fair game. It is what it. Booing's been around forever. It is what it. You got to deal with it, man. Like I know, and asking him that, like it's You're asking him that right after the game's over. So he's obviously frustrated. He's got a lot of pride probably, and all those legends are there. So that's the kind of answer he gave. Right. So I don't hold him accountable. He can give an answer equivalent to Evan Neal's last year. And because it's Dexter Lawrence, I'm going to give him some runway. Like, dude, you're a great player who busts his ass every week, and you're the best player on the team. Okay.
Yeah.
But booing, that's fair game. And insulting, no, but booing.
Giants fans are pissed, brother. They're pissed.
Come on. They spend a lot of money.
People spend a lot of money.
How much you guys spend to go to that game? How much you guys spend?
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
I'm actually pissed off about it because I paid almost as much for the parking pass as I did for the fucking ticket, and then I paid all that combined plus the time and effort you put in to just get there, get home, taking the time away from your family, and this is what we have to. I walked out in the third quarter. I didn't even make it to the fourth quarter.
We're sitting 14th row behind one of the end zones, and we didn't go back to our seats after halftime. Like we wanted to. Part of it was me and Speed were down there. Eli was somewhere else, so we wanted to be together for a little bit. We're like, maybe the vibes will be better up here by the bar or whatever. Wow. And then when that pick six happened, we didn't even say a word. We all just turned around and walked the fuck out.
It's terrible. It's so bad. And you guys, like Giant fans, deserve better. It's been so long, and that game was just so bad. But yeah, booing is totally legit.
Hey, look, you want to stop the booing? Play well.
Yeah.
That's what
I do think the thing with Jones afterwards was ridiculous.
Yeah,
that was overboard.
I gotta be honest with you. I wasn't crazy about that. I didn't like that at all.
In the stadium, I think it's fair game. You're booing the product that you're seeing. Don't harass the guy. Like,
what's next? You're gonna go to a restaurant and get him in front of his family? Like, come on.
Right.
That's what I keep saying.
Jerry, I hate to tell you, but this thing with Daniel, what's going on with Daniel? This is like borderline political. Like you see the hatred growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a political spectrum sometimes. Like I see people what they put on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like there's like a hatred towards this guy.
Well,
guys,
the thing is, like,
folks, it's sports, it's entertainment. Get a life.
Right.
Well, like you put out the Pinnock tweet, right? Or the Pinnock post. What he said, like, we'll turn it around.
Perfect.
And then everybody's responding because they're like, yeah, thanks. We still have Daniel Jones. So what? We suck. You suck. It's like, all right, guys, come on. I get.
I've seen people saying, "Wow, Daniel Jones is still alive." Like you wishing him dead for a game? Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, immediately,
guys, I hate to say it.
It's crazy.
I hate to say it, but you've seen the political rhetoric going on in this country. You know what I mean? And
polarizing as hell,
to see people on Twitter saying, "I wish he was dead."
It's crazy.
Or
come on.
And not hanging outside. What's next? You're going to stand outside his apartment building?
Right.
I mean,
it's getting too much.
Like I said, when you pay your good money, and Giants fans pay good money, you three guys pay good money, and Roger Goodell jerked everybody off by telling everybody PSLs is a great investment, right?
Yeah.
Lied right to everybody's face as usual, like that's his specialty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You have a right to stand there for 60 minutes and boo your ass off.
We can curse on this podcast. We can curse on this.
Oh, yes, you can.
The Giants have done nothing, right? They've been a bad product most of the time in the last, since 2011, 2012. So you have a right. But sit there, the viciousness. Guys,
it's usually from the people with no pictures.
It's sports.
Right.
It's not life and death.
Jeff, someone went at you today. Somebody went at you today. Like, you saw your videos suck. You suck after your family or whatever they said. I'm like, oh my God. Now we're getting like giant social media presence. Like we're going after those people now. Okay, cool. Wow. Holy shit.
I think his exact comment was the only thing worse than the Giants is your content.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
But I enjoy those comments. Right? I have fun with every one of them. Even like the Daniel Jones debates, right? Put the stupid hate from trolls aside. Those people are not human beings, in my opinion. But the actual debates that go on, the only thing worse, the Giants fans going back and forth at each other, is that the rest of the league is laughing at you for rolling Daniel Jones out there every week. Meanwhile, we're still trying to convince ourselves that he's good at football. When the rest of the league is like, he sucks, he's trash, there's evidence, move on. And the Giants still just roll him out there. Like 6 years in a row because of one little flash in the pan season where everything went right.
So can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
After 2022, what would you have done? And try to be consistent with what you thought at the time. I'm just curious.
No, after the 2022 when Daniel Jones took it,
would you have signed him?
Yeah.
Franchise tag him.
I stand by it.
Which I know has other implications because I don't think we would have been able to get Okereke at the time. There wouldn't have been flexibility, but I don't know. I don't think If you weren't willing to pick up his 5th-year option, then don't give him $82 million a year later for 15 touchdowns.
I would. I think the Giants, and I've said it multiple times. It was a perfect storm of shit that happened at the same time, and I would have if I was a first or slash
because they couldn't get that high draft pick.
Right. If I was a first
choice.
second year GM with your owner who just got his first winning season with the guy he loved, pressuring you to say, hey, let's run it back. Of course, I think I would have done the same exact thing. And there was no good. All right, say you get a bridge. Say you get another bridge. He leads you to a good record. He plays better than Daniel. In 2023, you're still out of a play for a rookie quarterback anyway. Yeah. And then where you're still in QB hell. I don't think there was a right answer.
I was just curious.
No, listen. After that success, you gotta run it back. At that point, you hope.
I would have signed him. I liked it at the time.
The guy was the toast of the town.
Right. No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, because everyone's saying, like, how could you have signed him? And it's like, yeah, let's just go back to.
Look, this is the Monday morning quarterback bullshit.
Right.
Those are the same people that were like they wanted the his what.
But Jeff at least gave the most intelligent answer. Yeah. Jeff at least gave an argument. You franchise him. Like, at least that one's.
I understand you can't let him walk. You just had your best season in a long time. But we also don't get paid $5 million to make these decisions. Right. And if the aftermath, the Monday morning quarterback is that it was a horrible decision, then it's okay to hold that guy responsible. He gets paid a ton of money to make those choices.
Jeff, he had the leverage at the time, Daniel. He's coming off a playoff win, right? And
why the injury clause? Why'd they have to do the injury clause?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
That kills it.
That's why you should pull him too.
Shane got bent over by Daniel Jones' agent. Absolutely bent over.
I tell you what, Daniel had the leverage and he used it. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Guys,
let's
get
through super chats real quick, guys.
The one positive that Joe did out of that contract was he could get out after 2 years.
Thank God.
Unless he's an injury.
It's a sunk cost. It's a sunk cost now. If Jones does not do good, pull it. All right. Anywho, let's get some super chats.
If he tears an ACL, we still got to pay him $40-something million, by the way.
Simmer down.
Look at that! Nice. Happy birthday.
Hey,
Daryl LeGrand. What's good, fellas? Hey, Chris, our B-Day is Thursday. Happy B-Day.
Who's Daryl LeGrand?
He's on our. He follows us. He's on our chat sometimes.
How does he know it's my birthday?
I think you post. I think it comes up on Twitter, Chris.
You're famous.
The balloons or something.
You're famous.
On
Hey,
September
Biz,
12th.
man, you're the Biz. You should. Of course, they know who you are.
Happy birthday! I'm going to get another beer just for you. Then hang on.
Oh, he said our birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday, Daryl. Yeah.
I have a burner account of all Chris's information I just put out there.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
His birthday, September 12th, guys.
Let's go. Oh, it's the day after my wife. It's funny, man.
I'm gonna be here. Can I get another? Can I get another one?
Yeah. You go.
Hey guys, listen. Let me say a quick shout out. My wife's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Mrs.
I love you.
We love you.
Also, we love you, Mrs. Vibes, right here. Happy birthday.
Best.
Happy
birthday.
But yeah,
so Chris, he's got a question. He says, "How did the Vikings dare the Giants to run the ball playing that 2 deep ball game?" Yeah.
That's what I said. That's what I was talking about last time in the podcast. I was like, how you got out of that soft shell? Well, run the damn ball. Come up on the scrimmage. Check it to runs. Check it to run. That's what I said, guys. It was one big shit show.
Yeah.
Like Daboll, they didn't have answers for what they were doing.
Right.
They really didn't. And it was just.
What did C's get paid today? C's get paid today or something?
Dude, do you guys have Tuto? That guy must be loaded.
Crazy.
Where is Tuto? I know he's usually in here.
Tuto and our biggest guys are Tuto and John Toronto. Like those two are like and Bill.
Bill
Hartman.
Daryl loves what you're doing here too, apparently. Because thank you, Daryl. Another one super chat. Do y'all think DJ still has a neck issue?
Good question.
I mean,
no.
In his mind, probably. In his mind, maybe.
It's a physical thing. You don't think it's a physical thing?
No,
it's all upstairs.
Okay. No, it's not physical.
But what's with the footwork, man? His footwork is gone now. His accuracy's gone. Everything.
That's Spiro. That's what I said to Chris yesterday. He was an accurate passer. He was an accurate passer, and now he's not. Like that's the part that kills me.
Throwing balls in the dirt, like.
He's just scared. Like that's a mental thing. At some point, you got to go, man. Mentally, he's just not there. Like each time or each year he got hurt and came back, it seemed like he was a little bit off each time, right? And this is the one. I think he's just broken. at this point, Daniel Jones is just broken, and we just have to move on. Unfortunately, we'll see after Washington, but I even think I'm still not a believer if he wins against Washington.
I mean, we know that this is his last year as a Giant. It's just a matter how long he's going to play.
You're right.
Because he's not, guys. He's not. I think it's safe to say he is not going to be a Giant in 2025.
16 more games and 32 more podcasts of talking about Daniel Jones. He's just going to kill me, man.
Please.
I have no idea, Chris. McFadden was sort of like he was on a snap count if needed. That's the way he was at Sunday.
He was banged up, right?
Daboll admitted that to us Monday. The next day, he was kind of like on a snap count if he was going to get in, if he was needed. Isaiah Simmons, I have no idea. Fellas, that's one of those. Look, before I go, I just got to bounce. But before I go, we saw one thing in training camp with Flott, Phillips, and then all of a sudden I'm watching warm-up Sunday, and I see Flott in the slot. I see Darius Musau next to Bobby. I'm like, what's Isaiah Simmons didn't get a defensive snap. They were talking about him playing in a big nickel, third down pass and rush, and he doesn't play a defensive snap. So I don't know what the hell happened between the last day of training camp. Because guys, when we go in regular season mode, we only watch like 15 minutes of the practice, which is special teams, individuals. And then they throw us the hell out because then they start game planning. So what the hell happened between the last training camp practice and that first leading up to the vet? There was a lot of shit going on in that building that was changing left and right, man.
What happened?
So seems drastic.
I mean,
drastic, man.
McLeod was the outside corner and all that stuff, and it was guys.
So I always go back to Syvertson, Dave Syvertson from Our Lads, who knows more about college guys, I think, maybe than anyone we've ever spoken to.
Yes.
And he went, I remember the the Simmons draft. And he said he's a Swiss Army knife. He can do everything, but I don't know if he does everything great.
Yeah.
And he said, you can't build a defense around him. You have to have like a dominant defense and throw him in and then figure it out from there.
Right.
And it's like, this is definitely not that. Right. Like, and I always go back to his assessment of it because look, there's guys, that he's gotten wrong, but he was spot on with Isaiah Simmons. Spot
100%.
Guys, I got to be honest with you. Third downs, put him next to Bobby. Get him out there. Let him cover a tight end. Let him send him off the edge. I don't know. Come on, Shane. What are we doing with him? If not, they get him off the roster.
Agreed. What's he there for?
Yeah, I mean, we don't need him for special teams. Stop at the special teams now. You know what I mean? So anyway, fellas, I got to bounce. Look,
Chris.
Thank you very much for having me on again. I hope to talk to you soon. All right.
Have a great birthday.
Have
a great birthday. Happy birthday, man. Have a good one.
Happy birthday, brother.
You're the best.
See you, brother. Oh man.
I've got no responsibility here whatsoever, so I am good.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on. Could we just give one more shout out to Precious?
Oh, yeah,
she's awesome.
Precious.
Love her before she goes. She's leaving us tonight. We love you.
We love you.
Get
Thank
to
you
sleep.
so
Precious.
much. The weekly Precious. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, Precious is always on yours. She don't join ours. Like, I'll call you out, Precious.
She's repping.
You gotta go join the Giant Insider Press.
And not to mention, dude, like I said, I did the live stream Sunday. You want to talk about a therapy session? 3,000. We hit 3,000 watching. It was insane. I'm just sitting there like comment, click. I'm trying to give everyone their say, and it was absurd. I needed like an intern. I felt like Kramer. I needed an intern with like chicken wire. Like I'm like, oh my god, this is absurd. And then I'm looking at Twitter for Chris's updates. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
There's a lot going on. Yeah, now let me ask you this, Jerry, man.
And by the way, guys, Crown Royal tonight, huh? Crown Royal.
Hey, shout out to the Crown Royal.
A little harder.
Sponsor.
Not so much of a beer guy myself.
Sponsored. But Jerry, I'm gonna ask you this, man. One positive takeaway from the game. Can you find any?
Yeah, Tyler Nubin.
That's
Drew Phillips.
Yeah.
Dexter Lawrence played well early on. But it was all. I would say it was all defense that was positive. I mean, you know what? I mean, the line held up well enough for a functional quarterback to do well. They didn't run block well, but they pass blocked well enough. If we had a real quarterback, maybe he could have done some things. So I'm trying to be somewhat positive. So those three things: the Nubin, Phillips, Lawrence, and the offensive line pass blocking.
I like those.
I was going Nubin, man. I mean, little did I know that our season peaked with that forced fumble in the first quarter. Spiro, we were like, that's when football still mattered, right there, right?
The feeling of when that happened was like, okay, this is the way you want to come out. This is so great, and then 3 points. And I'm like, here we go. And when it
That's
was
what
seven,
just took the steam
guys,
out
it
right
went
away.
to 7-3, and then we punted again, and I'm like, this game's over.
Game's over.
Dude, and they only got that 7 because of it was hard to tell in the stadium, but it seemed like a questionable pass interference call that set them up. Then
At first I thought it wasn't at first, and then I looked again. I'm like, no, that wasn't interference. That wasn't interference.
We didn't
He
think
turned
so,
back.
but it's hard to tell. But yeah, that's a questionable call, turns into a touchdown. And not that we were going to win that game, but you just felt the momentum, and we never really got it back. We never had anything else to cheer for the rest of
Precious said I got you. I think that's towards me.
I
I love that I can read your
That's
comments.
fan
That's awesome.
now.
I didn't know I could do that. I thought it was only if I was hosting.
Sir.
Well,
Yeah.
you're in the building. You're in the studio. You know?
That's awesome. I can read all these comments.
Look
Nice.
at Sarge above that. He's like, she's Eli's sister. I got a cheat code, Jerry. I got a little bit of a cheat code.
We say it all the time. She keeps the lights on here.
Yeah, she keeps the
Keeps the
lights
lights
on.
on.
That's
I got a
good
little bit of a
stuff.
cheat code. Yeah,
See, it's just running the credit card like it's going out of business.
this is a former revivalist of the month, by the way. I want you
Oh,
to
yeah.
know.
It is.
I want
yeah.
you to know.
It is.
The former revivalist of the month. Seize the moment, man. Shout out to him, man. Positive
I-
takeaway. It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Giant season. It's over.
Well, here's the thing. I want to go back to what Chris was saying before, and I know everybody. There's something I agree with it, and I was I understand why you don't play people in the preseason, but why are we throwing away a very winnable game by not playing everybody in the preseason and everybody looking out of sorts? At least you could throw that excuse out the book that you're like. It looked like the Vikings were so much more prepared.
I would play people in the preseason. I'm tired of that.
Now
I'm
you guys
we're
switch
sick
it
of
up.
it.
It didn't work
Sick
2
of
years
it.
in a row. We've lost 68-6 the first 2 games.
We're not good
Something
enough to
you're
start
doing-
off slow.
Yeah,
Right.
something
Daniel's
you're
not good
doing
enough.
is
Nobody's
not
good enough.
working.
Nobody's good enough.
Yeah.
No, we're not
Right.
good enough. You got to play them early. I'm so tired of not seeing them play. Like, I even get if one guy. Okay, maybe Malik Neighbors plays 2 drives. Okay, fine. But Daniel Jones should play a half. Daniel Jones should have played more than just the Texans game. Like the Jets game, he should have played. Come on, he's not. It's not like he's a seasoned veteran that we're like, we are locked up there. We're good, right?
We under Daboll have never started fast. We expected it, and it's always been that way with other coaches and other teams. But we never get out to a first quarter lead. We never punch somebody in the face. Right?
Even the Tennessee, even starting off with the win, we were down 14-3 in that game, I think, or something like that.
I think down. Yeah, even in the second half, still down.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to go back to Biz about, when he's like, just throw out the first week for whatever. Hold on, half the league doesn't throw out week 1. The Vikings sure as fuck are not throwing out week 1 because they came on the road and dominated, and they're going to use that as momentum, just as the Giants did in Tennessee 2 years ago. So week 1, it's on your permanent record. That matters. So do what you need to do in the preseason.
On your permanent record.
But you can't. It's not like that gets washed away. You are what your record says you are.
No, I get it. I get it. My comparisons are always old. So people are like, oh, you're old. But I just go back to 86, 31-28. They lost to the Cowboys week 1, and defense looked like shit. I get what he's saying, and I get what the veteran, whoever said it to him. I swear to you, I don't know who said it. But to your point, if the Giants won, it'd be like, we're not throwing away week 1. We won that game. So I get that. I get it.
One team is going to win every game. So obviously they're going to look like they're the more prepared team. But when it comes down to it, there's different strategies. And again, the Patriots did this all the time. They threw away the first month of every season. But you know what? They had Tom Brady in the fold to lead them back. And Bill Belichick, one of the best coaches of all time, that if they won 2 games or 1 game in the first month, they're like, all right, we're going to figure this out. The Giants did not have that luxury. And Daniel Jones especially didn't have that luxury. You're coming off the worst year of your career. Throw him out there as much as possible. Your offensive line has not been together at all. Throw them out there as much as possible. Get them ready to go. And, again, I think the O-line played one of the best units on the team on Sunday. I know there was, a couple of miscommunications are going to happen when you don't play with each other for very long. But, that was a positive thing. But, overall, everybody else looked like they were stuck in second gear. Everybody was sleepwalking. And then the game was over by the time.
You're not wrong, and that's why I would like to see them play more, because it's just they go out there and you're like, has these guys ever played together?
Other teams,
Daniel Jones ever thrown to these receivers in practice before? Oh my god!
Other teams are allowed to look sharp in week 1 and score points, but the Giants aren't allowed to. For the Giants, it's week 1, guys. Okay,
no, I hear you. I get it.
Preseason, it's just practice.
Yeah, but do we know that those teams were playing their guys, or they just look sharp? I don't really know. I don't follow it.
you just see like functioning team, like most of the primetime games.
Functional.
You saw functional, like the Lions, Rams. You saw good teams that didn't look like it was week 1.
Well, McCarthy got hurt early, so I'm assuming Darnold played a lot anyway, right?
True.
So he probably was in there and learning his receivers and
still his
playing against actual competition.
First action in purple on the road, and he looked just fine.
He looked like Joe Montana.
He looks like a veteran that he is at this point,
10 for 10 when he came out of the gate.
I think 12
for
for
12. No, he's 12 for 12. He was 12 for 12 at one point.
Daniel Jones is a veteran too, Eli. He's a 6-year veteran.
That's what I'm saying. It's more of a knock to Daniel Jones.
And it was funny. It was funny, Eli, because the comparison I made, I write this article, and it takes me a lot to I got to put something together that the people want to read and that's hopeful. And I'm like, it took Sims 6 years, 1984, he took off. But also in his 6th year was Dave Brown. And unfortunately, it's more that one. Because everyone's like, oh, they got rid of Brown after 3 years. I'm like, guys, he was drafted in 92. He was gone in 97. I can give you every game that he played. Yes. That was my heyday, baby. I was in my 20s watching that shit.
What a time
yeah.
Now, I know, guys, we're almost at the end of the hour, whatever the case is. I know,
guys, I can stay on literally till 12 o'clock. I know you can't, but I got nobody's home. Nobody cares. Nobody cares at my house. My kids are in college. They've moved out. My wife's at the shore. Nobody's here. I got my dogs are with my wife. I got nothing.
That's why. But before we shut it all down, before we have Jerry go, and we do appreciate your time in the business. Well, I guess we got to get a prediction for Washington, man.
Yeah. What do you got?
What is your score prediction?
27-24 Giants. It's not going to be easy, but they're going to win. They're going to because they have to win. Yeah, and they beat Washington. And Dan Quinn is a hell of a defensive coordinator, and he's not a good head coach. And they're gonna beat them. They're gonna beat them. They have to. If they lose this game, oh my God! I don't even want to talk to Chris on Monday. I'm you know what? Yeah. We're gonna skip the post game, guys, because it's just they. This is the most have to win a game I've seen in. I don't know, since last year. Whatever you want to call it.
If you value your coach and you like your GM and you're playing for them, you got to realize that this is going to put them and your whole team. Your season's over, and this is going to put your coach in hot water. So go out and win it for him at least.
That's what my wife says, Ferris, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. It's never, ever. That doesn't improve with age, guys. Just FYI.
She doesn't give you $20 either.
No, I know she doesn't give me $20 afterwards because it's not worth $20 to her. I gotta. That's what it is. So.
Just to let you guys know, Giant Insider brings the ratings and the people on over. They love Jerry, man. Shout out, man. Jerry equals ratings, of course, man. That's how we do it, man. Shout out
to
Giant Insider. Jerry, thank you so much, brother, for being on, man. Thank you so much for your time. You and Chris doing the God's work right here for the Giants community. So we appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. I will sit here as long as you want, but okay. We're gonna end this. So I'm actually a little depressed.
You know what? Hey, let me ask you this before we get out of here, because we got something we want to discuss anyway. We'll get your opinion.
Oh, can I plug my live stream? I'm doing a live stream. I'm doing a live stream again Sunday, and they're a lot of fun, and it's therapy for everyone. And if you comment literally anything, I will highlight you, unless you call me an asshole or something like that. But outside of that, it's going to get highlighted.
Jerry, I'm coming on, and I'm going to be chatting. Yeah, I want it highlighted.
Right. It's a fun time. If Mrs. Foley would like to comment. She's commented on my live streams once in a while. She does. She's like, "Can you please come upstairs and do something?
Something. Please
stop hanging downstairs." Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
It's all good.
What's the question?
So, guys, of course, man, we got the Tyreek Hill video that came up. Unfortunately, man, where the police is there dragging him out of the car, man. I just want to go around the room, get the feel, because that seemed to be the topic of conversation.
So controversial ending. Oh my God!
Yeah, man, we got to discuss it.
You said you wanted to stick around.
You said you wanted to stick around.
Oh my God, guys! My wife just came home. My wife's home. I gotta go.
Right, listen, Jerry, run! You got a bigger network than you do, Jerry. Run!
Holy shit!
You got a bigger network. Run, brother. Run.
No, we're good. Go ahead. I don't care.
But listen, man, I just want to go around the room, man. What a video. And I'm going to start with El Jefe on this one, man.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, thank God.
Jerry's like, damn, they gave me an out. I mean, there's
my
nothing,
God.
there's no fun spin to put on this one. Like, I think it's ridiculous that it still happens, and I don't know. It was disgusting. That's all I like. It was uncomfortable fucking watching. I hate that that's reality. That's all I could say. It fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Spee.
Yeah, no, listen, the those two cops will probably lose their jobs, but let's call it spade a spade. Tyreek was not in the right in this situation either. He was the one that was speeding through, and he closed his window, and he's no angel in this situation, but these cops, man, you're there to de-escalate a situation, and they did the furthest thing from de-escalate, and it seemed like everybody's impression of what they just were power hungry. Like, and I heard you hear one guy in the background say, "Yo, that's Tyreek," and that it almost like snapped them into like, all right, now it's game time. Let's go a little hard here. But no, two complete parties that in the wrong, and it's the world we're living now. That hey, those cops are going to lose their jobs for going down this path. You are on camera, bro. You are on camera.
How did that video come out?
It's on body cam.
Body camera.
I understand how it was taken, but how did it get out?
Oh no, but there's been body
Miami
cams of other police officers that I can't believe got out either. Like, I don't know if someone internally does it or
got
not.
out ahead of it. Miami PD got out ahead of it.
Let me say this, guys. Any issue that revolves something that's highlighted like that or it's a high profile, they release the body cam. That's public information. They have to. So
I'll give you this. I'll give you my opinion, Eli, on this.
Right? There you go.
I've been pulled over 27 times. I've counted them. Speeding.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Now
make an adjustment, Jerry. Jesus, slow the fuck down.
Right. Well, Wildwood is far, and 539 is a wooded road where you don't think there's any police officers. I've been pulled over 27 times.
How many on the golf cart that I saw?
Never on that. Well, no, twice on that. Twice on the golf cart.
Yes.
Rolling stop.
This thing is nice.
Rolling stop. My brother, so real quick, Hefe, my brother-in-law was hammered in the passenger seat. Police officer pulls me over. I'm like, hey, officer, I wasn't going to try and outrun you because it goes only 25 miles an hour. And he goes, yeah, this smells like alcohol. I said, right. Is that why you stopped me though? And he goes, no, you came to a rolling stop. I said, okay, because he's hammered. And my brother-in-law said, yes, officer. I'm hammered. So at that point, he just kind of laughed it off. But I've been pulled over twice in that for rolling stops, and I love it. I've gotten out of it. But in a car, I've been pulled over 27 times. Every single time, I'm scared to death. Windows go down, lights go on, 10 and 2. I want to make them as comfortable as possible. I'm not saying like they would have pulled me out of the car anyway and cuffed me. I'm just saying like I try to make them be very comfortable. And I just don't know if everyone does that, right? And again, I'm not saying like I shouldn't have gotten a ticket some of those times, but I try to make it so that they don't come to the car very nervous at all. Like I've learned to be the model being pulled over guy. And it's just
for 27 times.
And I even ask like, my registration's in my glove compartment. Can I reach for it? Right. Yeah. I ask it's in my pocket, my license. Can I reach for it? Like I'm literally a bitch to them.
Yes.
So again, like, but that video does not look good. So I'll say that, but I try to make it so that I've counted those 27. But I'm also 49. So it's like, it's almost like once a year, really.
Right.
Yeah. You're
so let me say this, man. Let me say this. And we're gonna go down this long road. Forgive me. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So being a man of color, right? Because it seems like every time there's an interaction with a police officer, it always involves a man of color, where it's kind of blown up to this proportion. So let me give you my background. All right. I've been pulled over a whole lot of times. Some of them were wrong on me. Some of it I'm like, what the hell did I do? You know what I mean? But as Jerry said earlier, when I do get pulled over, I try to make the situation as comfortable as possible.
Right.
My windows are down. My lights are on. Everything they can see, what I do, 10 and 2. Also, I definitely do ask them for permission to reach in my glove box. Hey, officers, want to know if it's okay to reach for that registration for you. Sure, absolutely. When you give officers that respect and that courtesy, they'll give it back to you. Now, don't get me wrong. What I do for a living gets me out of a lot of situations. My credentials get me out of a lot. What I do.
Oh yeah, I have a gold card, Eli. I'm not gonna hide behind it. I know the chief of police in West Windsor, Plainsboro. So
you
that's
already
fine.
know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
right.
the stuff that the ID that I have gets me out of all the jams that I need to. I don't get any tickets. You know what I mean? But I still make it as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
You know, so watching that video of Tyreek rolling up the window where the tense is absolutely zero, Tyreek is wrong in that nature.
Yeah.
Tyreek should have actually had the windows rolled down and listen to their command as much as possible to get him out of that situation, because that situation could have only lasted about 2 minutes of his time, because they could have been like, hey, you know what, man? You're Tyreek Hill. Yo, get out of here, man. Go to a game, man. Stop speeding. You know what I mean? But it actually got a little crazy when he rolls up that window and ignoring their commands. The officers are at fault too. I don't want to sit here and they don't go blameless as well, because after he's cuffed and detained, he poses no more threat to you. And the fact that you jump on top of him because he couldn't sit down fast enough is crazy.
Yep.
To actually yell at the people around him and cuff them as well, trying to control the situation or calm the situation down, and you just on 10. There's no police officer or no public servant that should be on 10 with any customer. So they're wrong as well. And I hope I don't want to say anyone should lose their job, but they should definitely be suspended pending investigation. But Tyreek, please, and I stress this, please, man, don't get on there and act like the victim and create this separation or this apartheid. Please don't do that. You were absolutely wrong in that situation as well. Take this as a learning lesson for somebody else that's going to go through that same situation as you, my brother. And be like, you know what? I was a bonehead and rolled up my window and told him to get the hell out of here. I believe in First Amendment rights. I believe in all that. I'm an American, through and through. But there's certain things you just can't do to people, man. And respect is the number one thing you should offer people, no matter who they are. And Tyreek, you disrespected them people as well that day, man. So with that being said, man, I think both of them at fault.
Can I end this on a really funny, awesome police officer story?
Yeah,
I like it. I'm big.
So I know a state trooper who pulled someone over, and tinted windows gave him an attitude. Oh, Tuto, baby, what's up, Tuto? All right, so it pulled someone over. Tinted windows, was flying down, I think, the New Jersey Turnpike, and he was very arrogant. He's like, "Don't you know who I am?" He's like, "No, I'm sorry." So he takes his license, goes to the car, comes back. He's like, "All right, I gave you a ticket for going 90 and a 55 or whatever it was, 65." And he's like, "Oh, by the way, go Giants." It was it was Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, shit.
So let's end with that one, baby. It was Deshaun Jackson. Go Giants, he told him. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Let's go. And guys, on that note, man, this is Jerry, man. The Giant Insider Jerry. Please plug your stuff, man, and then we'll get you out of here and we'll close it up, brother.
Yeah, I mean, look, Chris, you guys know Chris is at the games and he does does most of the tweeting outside of the podcast stuff. So at Giant Insider on X, and then the YouTube channel we have as well. We're doing well. We got like 1,500 subscribers to that. So if you can subscribe to it, I'm doing the live stream this week. I'm going to probably do a live stream pretty much every week. So if you can join that, it's a nice therapy session. I'm going to highlight pretty much everyone's comments again, as long as you don't insult me, my person. But if pretty much anything else is fair game, guys. So you guys are awesome. And real quick, you guys are awesome because you spread a lot of like fun during a very, very dark Giants period. So kudos to all of you. And real quick, one more thing, Jeff, your last video, if you guys haven't seen it, you got to watch it. It was the best one he's ever put out.
Let's go. It was fantastic.
I agree.
Thank you,
Jerry. Thank you so much, brother.
Best.
Absolutely. I'm gonna see.
Hey, Ranger season's right around the corner, Jerry.
Oh, I said let's go Rangers on Sunday. On Sunday, I said let's go Rangers after the 21-6. I was like, let's go Rangers. This is over.
We might have to look forward to that. I mean,
Tuto wanted to say hi. You're in here too, Jerry.
Oh, Tuto is the shit.
Massive salutes and respect.
And he's like jacked. He had a picture before where he used my body to superimpose, which was kind of
we claimed him.
Didn't get my permission, but
we claimed him as our international security. So
yeah,
you could have him. He could probably protect all of us if he had to, by the looks of
it. I agree.
Good stuff.
You want to do it, guys? Go for it, Speed.
Massive salutes and respects to my fam and crew and all diehard fans across the ponds. Hefe, Vive, Spiro, Jerry. Greetings from the entire squad, the rugby squad in Italy. Shout out to Tuto. Savage as fuck. That's what his shirt says. He is savage, and we love that he's part of our crew.
And again, he didn't slap the Stanky Boys again. Usually, there's a slap in the Stanky.
We need to slap the Stanky Boys. Come on,
if you don't mind, Tuto. Yeah.
Next
Just a small request for next time. But we love you, Tuto. Damn, the whole chat knows Tuto. He rolls up in here. He dropped a super chat, and 25 people were like, Tuto.
Yeah, he's a badass. Guy's a badass.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah, man. On that note, thank you so much, Jerry, man. I do appreciate you, brother. We'll see you on the next one. Love you, brother.
We love
you,
Jerry.
Right back at you. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, brother.
I love Jerry, man. What a great guy. Shout out to the Giant Insider, Chris Bizik, and
the
of course,
best.
Terry Foley. We do appreciate those guys over there, man. Those are our brothers, man. Those are like revival. We're like Revival Insider on the, they're revivalists. We're the insiders over there. You know what I mean? So, that's how it goes over there. But man, Hef, let me get that sweet music. Shout out to the 1,638 people watching. You beautiful souls. Thank you so much for watching, man. Hit that head over to YouTube. Hit that subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button, please. We need it, guys. Before we get out of here, of course, we got to bring the mood up a little bit, man. I need your predictions. I need y'all predictions.
I don't know if this is going to bring the mood up.
This might, man.
This reeks of a 17-13 game, 17-16,
17-12.
It's gonna be ugly between 10 and 20, both teams. This is the last time I'm predicting the Giants to win this season.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say 17-13 Giants. Official prediction.
That feels right.
Does it?
I mean, no, it feels like that's it feels like that's what's gonna happen. It doesn't feel right.
What you got, Sweet?
I mean, listen, this is Daniel Jones' last stand, man. This is it. Like
for the 45th time. Yes.
Yes, this is the 50th last stand for Daniel Jones. But I truly, and I said it like earlier today, I truly feel like this feels like the last one. Like it really, like there's no other direction it can go. So I'm gonna say, man, I don't even. You're right though. It's not gonna be pretty, because both teams kind of just stink right now. So 20-16 Giants, just ugly, typical way these games have gone.
That's the range right there.
Yeah, 2016.
Yes.
Oh,
sorry, wrong comment. Hold on.
Yes. Please slap all them stinky boy losers.
Okay.
Out the dough.
Now it's been a show. Now it's
official.
Now we can.
Eli.
Yeah.
By the way, 1,713 people watching.
Oh,
my God!
Shout out to all you guys. We love you.
You know what that means? That means the insider brings
company?
ratings, baby. Shout out to the Jerry, man. Shout out to Chris. All in there. They bring the ratings. We appreciate y'all for real, man. You guys.
They bring the ratings, but also misery loves company, and we all needed each other tonight. We all needed each other to get through this. Now, did we get through it? I don't even know.
Listen, probably not. But guys, let me say this, man. Let me get this off my chest here. This is Daniel Jones's last stand. His back is against the wall. Daniel Jones right now is looking at this playbook and going, I'm going to get it. This is it for me. If I can't figure this out, I'm benched and I'm out the NFL, or I'm a career backup from here on in. This is it, guys. I feel it. Right now, he's imagining going on the field and he's throwing like 5 touchdowns. Right now, he's imagining that he's running at least a touchdown that game. Right now, he's imagining that the Giants win in a blowout 28-3. Then reality hits. I'm not done.
Oh no, that's what Daniel Jones is.
That's what
that was the dream. That was the dream. That makes sense.
Then reality.
That wasn't real.
Then reality hits. Daniel Jones throws a couple picks.
Oh God.
Has 1 touchdown. And the Giants will lose this game 17-10. That is my prediction.
Lord. That's it.
Giants will lose 17-10.
We're burying if the Giants lose, I'm popping this football. If you're right, it's football.
You're gonna pop it loud in the air.
If the Giants lose,
he likes
if
that.
the Giants lose challenge.
I don't want to. If the Giants lose challenge, I like this. I like this because there's gonna be a lot of losing.
Yo, that's a good idea. We never thought to
bury.
Make losing fun again.
3 years.
I will bury this motherfucker.
Yeah, we're flipping the script.
We're flipping the script.
This is what the Giants have done.
Make losing fun again.
I'm with it.
Let's.
I'm
fucking
with
do
it. What about we tried it if the Giants win?
do?
We did it
What
one
could I
year. It was
do?
great.
I'm
We tried to
I'm
do it
popping
again. It's
on the
not
show,
working.
too.
Then
I'm
let's
gonna
do
pop
it.
here.
Let's start doing something that's our prized possession and bury it like Clem did in Barstools or like freaking someone else did.
Yes.
I don't know. So we got to figure something out. But yeah,
We'll
I got that prediction. Unfortunately, man, you guys are gonna kill me for that.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong, but it feels like you.
Hope I'm
I don't
wrong
know,
too.
man. You could very well be. Like, you could very well be right, and I would not. Anybody be surprised if we're sitting here 0-2 on our way to a 4-win season? Like, would anybody be shocked?
I said 5, and everybody's like, "Man, that's generous." I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a 5-1 season." I was like, "That's really generous." So I still think it's a 5-1 season. If we're playing like that, it's a 5-1 season.
Hefe do a whole show as El Chefe if the Giants.
If the Giants win or lose, George.
If the Giants lose, right?
The Giants
it's gotta
lose?
Yes.
It's got to be
Giants
if the Giants lose.
All right, if the Giants lose, yeah, I'm with that. I like that. That got to be right. That's right there.
We'll save if the Giants loses for later. We need something big for after this, right? I don't want you to. Yeah, we need to keep this thing going because we might be piling up the losses. We're gonna run out of shit to do by the time.
It got to be light work, Speed, because we're expecting a lot of losses. It's like, come on,
Oh
do
god,
something.
Jerry,
Shave
that's
the
a good
beard?
point. That's a good
Oh,
point.
oh no! Oh, you want
not-
to shave the beard and just
I don't
change the
know about
mojo?
I can't
No,
shave.
that's too
I
much.
can't shave the beard. I can't do it.
I can't.
We
do
have
it
to.
either.
We have to do something. You have to do something big because this is the season. Like we should win this game. Not should. We have to win this game.
We have to.
You have to win this game. So
Carolina
if they lose,
is the only team that we can say we should beat this team.
No, I mean,
And even then,
respect that for the
honestly, you
record.
think we're beating Carolina the way we played?
No,
we.
Carolina
will
was
show
really
up that
bad.
game.
It's shocking
Carolina
too.
was
That's
really
like
bad.
their Super Bowl over there, and they're gonna win
Yeah.
probably. I don't
I
know.
mean,
I don't know. Let's get
no,
the hell
you're
out of
right.
here. Go ahead,
Well,
go ahead, Speedy. I'm sorry.
No, you got to come up with one now before the game. You got to come up with something because this is our season.
Can we
the Giants
see?
win?
Can we
So
see
he got
Eli
El
shotgun the
Chefe, he got
beer
the ball.
again?
Oh, this time I got to do it
That'd be
right.
funny.
Though.
Yes.
That's why I want to see it again. Some redemption.
No
here, bro.
drops. No
Say no
drops
more.
this time.
Say no more. I'll do
Okay.
it. I'll do it. We'll
Done.
call that.
Have you haven't tried since that last video, right?
I haven't, and I need to, man. I feel terrible.
Oh, well, you should hang out with us.
You know what
more.
we should do if the Giants lose? We got to get
We'll all
together
shotgun a beer.
and have like a seance. We got to do a pod together and have like a seance or something.
You
Kind of
do
like
the,
how we did in playoffs where
yeah.
we was dressed in black, like, "Ooh, Philly we're gonna kill him," and we lost.
That was
So
very
we-
that was very tongue in cheek, though. I mean, it's not like we
Yes.
thought we were gonna actually bury Philly.
Well,
Nah, of course
we'll dress in
Of course
black again, but it'll be for the death of the Giants season because
You know what? Let's do something like that. Okay, I'll
Yes.
shotgun him. I'm thinking too far.
Okay, all right.
But we
All right.
can say like as we we got together for a show last week. That was one upside to last week. We got together
was.
twice.
We had
Did
a
a
fun
live
week.
show together. Got to a game together. Revival.
Everything was good until the game started. Like literally everything.
Right.
Good week.
Anyway,
and we
so let
still
me ask you
had
this.
moments of fun.
Let me ask y'all
Yes.
this:
Yes.
was your wife ready to kill you like mine was? Because we had a busy week, man.
Oh, my wife. I'm still
That's why
patching
let's
some
wrap this
things
up
up.
a little bit. Let's wrap this up.
No, I love
We
you.
are
I
like-
said I love you.
A very busy week, man. I was getting killed. I was very busy week. So we're gonna make it up tomorrow. We're gonna make it up tomorrow and today.
Look,
But
yeah.
guys, on that note, man, shout out to the 1,909 people that is watching the show. We do appreciate all the support. If you're watching on X, the link is in the comments under the New York Revival account. Head over to X, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well, and just give us a thumbs up, man, and come join us on the next show, man. It's going to be a long season with some great guests and etc. And the one thing that's coming back is our hockey season. Of course, we got some Knicks basketball, so if you're a New York person, we're going to have 2 shows in a week soon, guys. So come on and join us, man. Hit that subscribe button. It's going to be amazing.
Don't sleep on those baseball teams.
I don't want to
still
talk
going
about
on. Listen, the Yankees are in first place. As much as you're on the ropes, they're still in first place by I think 2 games in the win column. The Mets are in third place in the wild card. There's fighting 18 games left. We're in this. We are a New York podcast, and the baseball teams are going to take us right into the basketball teams, into the hockey teams, and we're rolling. We're still rolling.
I heard
Giants are going to bring us down.
This is such a Spiro thing to do, but I heard a crazy stat the other day that the Yankees have had 32 consecutive winning seasons, and it's second best all time.
Wild.
Only behind the Yankees. So like this is like the most loyal fan base of all time. and yet
I wonder.
it's always like drama. Always
But
drama.
wait,
always
but you
drama.
want to win championships, right? I think
Guys,
that's.
we're like a
this is
sneeze
something-
away. We're a sneeze away from 2,000 people. I feel like we got to do it.
I mean,
What, we got to stay on a little longer. Okay.
Just
Listen,
it
Now
might
I
take
got to
some-
dig for stuff here. For goodness sake.
Is
Well,
Jerry
I'll-
still here?
I won't-
Jerry is ratings. Is Jerry still here? Because he'll help us.
Jerry's still in the background somewhere.
Jerry's-
Jerry got to
hold on,
come in
hold on.
here and ask us a
Get him
question
back
or
up
something. Because
Jerry,
I'm mad at
Bring me back up to get Mr. 2000.
Get us over the hump, Jerry.
What's
Come on,
up, guys?
Let's go, Jerry. Let's go. What was that? What happened?
What the hell happened? All right, here we go. Come on, let's go.
Let's
Kidding
go. Let's go. Let's hit the 2,000 mark. Why
Come
the
on.
hell not? Hey, by the
Jerry
way, I
has
just
nothing
wanna-
else to do. Yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
want to one thing, man. Did you guys see the San Diego Charger? Not Chargers. Not San Diego anymore. LA. The guy shit himself. Is that true? The guy like shit
Oh,
his
I,
pants?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Hey,
you guys see that?
You guys see some crazy shit with football. Somebody puked themselves, I think, the other day. Someone like there's a lot of emotion going on in
I
football,
think a dude shit
and-
himself, man.
and it's just some.
Hey guys,
See if I can load it up. Something, I don't know.
1977. Do us a favor and retweet the show right now. We got to
1980.
Uh,
And we're gonna
1980.
cut as soon as 2,000 hits. We're gonna be like, all right, and we out.
1980.
Boom, and we added.
Retweet the show just so we.
I
can
love
say
that.
hi.
I love that I'm helping you get to 2,000. This is phenomenal.
You are
1980.
Jerry equals ratings. That's what
There
they
it is.
here.
Yeah,
But
I
here-
can make fun of
I wanna
myself
go-
more if you guys want. What do you want me to do? I'll
I
say
want to go
anything.
back
Okay.
to what you said, Jeff. Like, remember, like I don't know, all of us, we've seen periods of losing for the Giants,
Yeah.
but it's never been like bad for very
Right.
long. There's always been 10-win seasons, 11-win seasons, and then a couple of bad ones, and then, but like we have to get through this. We have to get through this, man. Like I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
mentally done.
No, for me it was like 90,
Oh shit.
95 to like this sounds terrible. 95 to 96, and then 98, 99, and then 01, 02 they made it, 03
Yeah.
to 03, 04 they made it in 05. So like yeah, there hasn't been sustained losing.
No, losing.
This is the first time.
It's
So
not-
I was born in 74. So like I didn't start watching the Giants till I was 9 years old in 83. There it is, 1999. Party like it's 1999, guys.
Hey,
There it is.
we got
I mean,
you
come on.
2000. We
got it,
love
man.
you guys. Jerry,
2,000 people
that's all
are
you, buddy.
watching
That's all
No,
you.
I feel
Shout out to
responsible somewhat.
Shout out to the Giant Insider for making us happy. Jerry Foley, our guy, man. Chris Bizignano, of course, man. If you got plug your stuff one more time, Jerry, before you get out of here, before we out of here. Plug it one more time.
So at Giant Insider on X, like I said, Chris does most of the tweets, and Chris is at the games and the facility. It's funny because when we have us on, they're like, "So, guys, what's going on in the locker room?" And I'm like, "Chris, take it away," you know. And then,
Chris, you want to take that? Chris, you want to?
Chris, you want to take that one because I'm in Robbinsville, New Jersey, or New York City. So.
My throat's a little dry. You take it.
And then obviously the YouTube channel that everyone seems to be subscribing to now, which is awesome. And we have our live stream and the watch party that seems to be very popular. So just
3,000?
saying,
Would you have 3,000?
over 3,000 by the end of the game, and they're getting their asses kicked, and people are still joining,
Right.
and I'm like, this is insane.
You know what? You're doing a good thing because people who are at home or
Right.
not around or don't have friends around to watch the game with, you're giving them a community of Giants
Right, to
fans
talk
watch
about
that game with. That's cool.
What drives me crazy though is they're like, Jerry, you must be behind. I'm like, guys, YouTube is 8 seconds behind. Please don't blame me for this. Come on.
So are you seeing comments of what happens?
No, because I'm watching
there-
it and then I see it and then I'm like,
Okay.
they're like, you're behind because I'll react. And then they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, that happened like 10 seconds ago. I'm like,
It's like,
yes,
do
guys,
I really need to put a banner up that says yes? I'm
kind
aware.
of how this works.
Let me tell you how the internet works.
I should put it in the banner there. Just we are 10 seconds behind, so please don't tell me that I'm 10 seconds behind. So, yeah.
I appreciate it, guys, man. And of course, man, we got to end the show. We want to appreciate everybody and thank you for all the support, man.
Aw,
Sarge,
Sign up for the.
what's up, man?
That's my OG newspaper that I got my Giant content from day one, and that's why I love that.
Dude, you know how I got that job? I'll tell you, does anybody care? You know how I got that job?
Yeah.
No, we don't
Yeah,
care.
no,
See you later,
shoot.
Jerry.
No, definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Jeff's got a wife yelling at him. Are you done yet? This asshole is still
How would
on.
I know? How would I know? I got
No, I kept writing in. And then they were like, "Hey, can you write
That's
more?" And then they
Crazy.
said, "You want to edit it? You want to be the editor?" And I'm like, "All right, sure." So then and Chris would write in. So I met Chris through the Insider, and I'm like, "Dude, you want to be the beat writer for this friggin' team?" He's like, "Sure." That was it. That was literally
that.
it. I wish it was
love
more complicated, but I got to know Chris. He's a good dude. I'm like, This guy seems like he'll work hard, and he's fucking killing it over there.
That's how Beningo got on the fan. He just was or the famous cause that called him.
Yeah, I literally would not stop writing in.
Job.
I just kept writing in, and then they're like, "Can you do this weekly?" And then they're like, "Can you write more?" And that's how it happened. So it's insane. It's absurd. Yeah,
And of course, man,
you got it.
Sundays are Giant days.
Eli, that's what I'm talking about. Nice,
See, I got
nice,
it.
baby.
Got you. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you so much, man. Of course, man, on behalf of my brother, you guys know who they are. And that's Mr. Glass half full of nets. Speak if you nasty, man.
The vibes are so much better now than they were at the beginning.
I know.
Of the show.
We're
This
back.
is what happens
We're
every
back.
time. Every
And
time.
we're moving on. That's it. We're putting this in the bag. We're moving on to Washington. We're done, guys. We're done. All right. And of course, my brother, man, El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka we gotta get a damn it. We gotta get it.
We gotta get
Like,
it. This might be the last one. It
Do
might
we
be
need
the
it?
last one ever.
That's true. That's
It
true.
might be your last one ever.
That's easier to do than a whole sketch. So maybe we'll do one more, damn it, Daniel, just in case it's the last time he sees the field.
For the people.
Did we decide what we're doing if they lose? By the way.
Oh yeah. I'm popping this football. Jeff's gonna be El Chef.
Notice how I'm just trying to keep this podcast going because I have nothing to do. I'm literally just keeping you guys on because I got nothing going on right now.
Brilliant.
Well,
And
Jerry, now that's
2100. 2100.
Now that you're here,
Got it.
now that you're here, Jerry,
Yeah, go
what are
ahead.
you gonna do if the Giants lose?
I was trying to think about it.
Should I put the
I don't
music back
know,
on?
like-
We're not going anywhere, are we? I'm going to put the music back on.
I don't know. I was trying to think like I'll shave my head. Oh wait, I've done that like every 2 days. I don't know. Like I don't want to shave the beard like kind of like you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I'm not ready to see that.
Can't do it.
Takes me a lot.
Although I'll look younger if I shave it probably, but like I don't want to do it. So what's
Keep
that?
the beard. Keep the
So the
beard.
wifey might like
The
it.
wife. So the wife likes it because it's like cheating on me with me. Like for a long time I didn't have a beard,
exactly. This is a
so
different person.
it's very exotic for her,
Yes.
you know. So.
That's Jerry's song right there. That's what you're saying, Sarge? Really? All right, Sarge.
So I don't know. I tell me. I don't know if they lose. Like what can I do? I have no idea. Like I can do. I have
You
the
gotta do
gladiator.
something.
I have the
Don't
gladiator
shave your
helmet,
whole
like spray painted blue and red. I can wear that during the whole
Yes.
podcast. I
Yes.
don't know. Like I
like
feel like
that.
an idiot. I have no idea. I got no clue.
You know what? Maybe we
should
just keep shaving. We won't shave until they win at this point. You want to try something like that?
Oh God!
Oh,
No shaving
God.
until they win.
Wow.
It could be a long drought, guys.
Dude,
It
I'm
might
gonna look like
be.
I'm gonna look like
It might
Moses.
be.
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
Yeah,
Until
Holy
they-
crap!
How about no shave until they hit the playoffs? That's too much. That's my.
that's too much.
That'll be the Moses, there, Jerry.
I have no. I have.
ZZ Top right there.
So how'd you guys all meet? So I'm just gonna keep this going. How'd you guys all meet?
For
Very
a less
quick story.
popular article writing story.
Boom.
Jeff, take it away.
So, I mean,
Take
some
it away.
people in here know. I mean, this is years ago, but it was NY Giants Rush. Me and Spiro were both, I think, following him separately.
Craig, the dude, Craig.
Yes.
Craig, and then I reached out to him. I'm like, hey, you looking for any more writers? And he said, yeah. He's like, you don't mind sending me a sample? So I sent him an article on like the recent game, and he was like, you're in. Can you do this every week? And I was like, hell yeah. And so Spiro was, in parallel doing the same thing with him. And then
It's similar to mine, though. It's very
Yeah.
similar.
I
when
know,
COVID hit, I'm like, you got to spin up a YouTube channel. We got to be like Zoom. We got to be making videos. We got to be out there. And then
Yeah.
met Spiro that night, and then hit it. I'm like, this dude's legit. He's just one of my guys. He got every movie reference I said, which is like
Right,
which is like a real test. Like he
Yeah,
was saying ones that I was thinking. We were just in lockstep right away. And then soon after, I was interacting with Eli on Twitter, and I was like, hey, you got to have this guy on for, I think it was a draft special or something. Eli came on, killed it, brought all this energy and like good vibes. And I'm like, dude, you need to like get him before someone else does. So like Eli joined the show. And then the three of us were just hitting up, but we wound up like talking on the side all the time about different ideas we could do. And then it just became obvious that we need to be running our own show, because we need to be in control, basically.
Yeah,
Put it
right.
that way. And then that was the birth of Revival. We're coming up on, is it 3 years? This is our third football season, basically. And just having a fucking blast, dude. Having an absolute blast.
Yeah, we started following you after Patience. The Patience song you sang.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember Chris tweeted, "Oh my God, that's Axl Rose," and I'm like, "Yeah, And then Eli, I'm like, no, he's a good dude. Like that guy's a good guy. And then Spiro was like, all right, let's follow them. So that's how that happened.
I remember someone tagging me and saying, hey, Giant Insider just talked about you or something. They're like at the 44-minute mark. So I just put it on, and it was you talking, and you were like, there's this dude Hefe. Like he's kind of a clown. He's like really funny though, but he's like,
did I say clown? Did I say clown?
It was like I don't know if you used the word clown, but it was like along those lines of like he's funny, but he's serious, but he's a diehard Giants fan, but he's funny, but he's serious. But like you were like kind of like trying to explain whatever.
But not to be corny, but like I was in Denver and one of your videos came out, and your backyard. It took me back to New Jersey. Like, dude, like that's so corny to say out loud. But
it matters if you're from Jersey.
So corny, but I'm like,
it
brought me back home. I was miserable. I was at an airport, and I'm like, oh, this trip sucks. The Denver airport, if you've ever been, is terrible. And I watch Hefe's video in his backyard. I'm like, Jersey, that's awesome. Good for him. And I texted you, I think, like it's so corny to say out loud, like in front of 2,000 people, but I don't care. But
2,200 actually.
Were you in Denver and didn't call me? Sarge, if I knew you were in Denver, I'm calling you. I mean, come on.
He's a big Denver guy. Yes, he is.
And Denver, dude, by the way, the elevation is a thing. The elevation's a thing. I'm older now. I got like a vertigo out there. I'm like, this sucks.
You feel it.
Then have a drink with it. It's like, dude, I'm gone.
Dude, that's got to be tough to play in Denver, right?
Oh, God. I don't know how they do it. It's crazy. Crazy.
Every team that goes there struggles for a reason. It's no joke, bro. It's no joke. I jumped out of a plane in Denver. I in front of the Rockies.
Did you have a parachute?
No.
It's after a Giant loss. If there's a Giant loss, he jumped out. This was Sunday. He jumped out Sunday.
Yeah.
And somehow he lived.
Jumped out of the plane. Now it makes sense. He would have done anything.
You know what you guys should do? You should do a podcast where how long you can go, like 24 hours. You should do like a marathon. I swear to God, that'd be hilarious.
I know. That would.
I know you guys have responsibilities that I apparently don't. But it's tough. Like your wives would murder you. Yeah. But you should totally just like a marathon.
I think we should do something like that for like charity.
Whenever the next time one of our wives leaves, we'll go to that person's house and just start it up.
Get hammered, and probably.
Get hammered. We're gonna have to do lots of things.
You could totally come here. You could. There's nothing here.
I
got
we're going to Jerry's, guys. So you heard it here first.
And look, by the way, real quick, like this is like you're around this. Like it's all Giants.
Oh, look at this.
I'm obsessed, dude. That's my polo ground seat. The red velvet rope in front of it because no one can sit there.
Oh my God!
I'm a complete buffoon for the Giant, and you have to be a champion or in the Ring of Honor to be in this room. I got rules, baby.
Well,
so we got rules. We can't come do a stream in that room.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you know what?
It's easier for me to say yes, though. I know you guys got little ones, so I don't want to get like in trouble. But you guys can come over whenever. It doesn't matter.
There's bucket list things.
You said it live, by the way, in front of 2,272 people, by the way. Shout out to y'all, man. Jerry, thank you so much. Stay. We're gonna talk to you behind the scenes, obviously. But
we're gonna end this now, aren't we?
We'll wrap it up, man. But guys, shout out to the Revivalist. Shout out to you.
Get him off the camera before.
Hold on now. Hold on. Bill Hartnett just donated.
Bill Hartnett gave money. Wrap it up. He wants to keep going, guys. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
He'll donate a Jersey.
All right, so real quick, this is just New York bar.
Oh,
as long if I don't hate you, if there's some Mets in there, there's some Mets. I don't care. Mets don't bother me.
I'm a Yankee either. Fan. I like that side of the room even better.
That's So if you're an athlete in New York, and I didn't just, but also the bar is the Bar of Broken Dreams. It's Dave Brown, Rocky Thompson.
Is that the name of the bar?
And Daniel Jones gonna be.
That's what I've named it. Yeah, he could be.
Daniel's be part of that.
Plaxico Burress. It's the Bar of Broken Dreams. It's the bar of like Tucker Fredrickson. Like he had a bad knee injury as a rookie.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a total theme down here.
You need like a giant like Kramer-sized poster of Daniel Jones to put over there.
Right there, right behind the bar when you walk in. It's like, oh hey Daniel, how you doing? Yes, you are the bar.
There's 2,300 people. I bet we have a painter in here that'll do that for you.
Oh.
Sergeant Mayhem giving $10. Can't quit now, boys. Let's go.
Guys, we cannot leave. What super chats are coming? So this is gonna be
you guys doing to us?
Listen, how about this? You guys continue the super chats. We'll keep going.
That's right.
I mean, listen,
guys, I'm literally revenue for the revival.
Yes, thank you, Jerry.
Jerry equals
cash cow. You're a cash cow.
Let's do this here.
Let's go, guys. Come on, give that money to these guys.
You know what?
Come on.
I like this idea. I like
Did
this
we
idea.
show that one already? Sorry.
All right, wait. You know what? So before we are not just a Giants podcast here. What did you think about the Jets game? And are you a Jets believer, or are you,
So it was the first time in my life where I didn't care if they won. Normally I root against them, but like the Giants are so bad, they've just broken me. So I'm like, I don't even care if they win. And I found myself, I wouldn't say rooting for them, but it was like, I've got a lot of friends that are good friends that are Jets fans, like guys I work with and just really good dudes who are diehards and they've never experienced a Super Bowl like we have. Right. So I was kind of like I'm not rooting against them this time.
Agreed.
But what I noticed, obviously the run defense was terrible. And Aaron Rodgers, yes, his arm is insane, but his body is not. And I'm just like, oh, guys, like I can see this happening. Like it's going to be a letdown. I thought they'd win their division. They still might, but and the 49ers are like the team we want to be, right? They're the best. I think they're the best team in the league.
Oh my God.
But
they just plug and play a running back in there, and he.
Like they lost CMC, and they just put someone else in, and no, it's good. We're good. We're going to run over everybody.
It didn't even matter.
It
didn't
matter.
Right. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm thinking like, I just think the Jets are like a 9-8, 10-7 team right now. I don't know. They may go on a run the next 4. Their schedule's pretty weak, but they're probably going to lose one
Titans
of them.
Next. Yeah,
they'll probably lose one of those games.
Yeah. Rodgers, if he stays healthy, they'll get there. Their roster's good, but
I think the Jets.
I was interested.
Couldn't have been a worse matchup. Like the 49ers roster, is so unfair and they're so well coached. But they have a super soft next 4 games. Like they could be 4-1 in a month.
Totally, very easily.
Titans, Patriots, Broncos, Vikings, and then Bills game. That October 14th. That's gonna be the one. That's gonna be the one.
They could go on a run now. Yeah, I just hope for I don't hate the Jets, but I hope that Rodgers at least they could see the season through. If they get
I didn't hate the Jets till Rex Ryan. I didn't hate the Jets till Rex Ryan.
Right. Yeah.
And then it took me a while to get over it, and now I just think I'm over. I just think Robert Saleh is a terrible coach.
Yeah,
I don't believe
he's a nothing
at all.
He's a nothing. He's exactly right, Jeff. He's a nothing. He's a defensive coordinator he's a not even a step up from Dan Quinn. I don't think he knows anything about the offense. Right.
I'm sorry. I want to ask you guys this really quick.
Don't be sorry. Keep asking questions, guys.
Your show, bro. This is your show.
And out of all these teams that won this week, which one do you think is like the biggest fake? Like they're like, oh, they got
the Philadelphia Eagles.
Say no more. I like that one. I like
because Jalen Hurts is slightly better than Daniel Jones. If Jalen Hurts has a bad year, he's going to turn into Daniel. I've never been a Hurts believer. He's McNabb with a nicer personality.
Okay.
McNabb was good though. Was McNabb not good?
Well, McNabb was okay, but McNabb would throw worm burners on an out pattern, like on a 5-yard out. Like McNabb could throw the ball down the field and then hit and miss Brian Westbrook in the flat. So and he was. I am not a Hurts believer. They have incredible weapons on offense. Incredible. Okay. And if I heard one more time from an Eagle fan, hey, thanks for Saquon. Guys, we didn't trade him to you. We didn't trade him. You signed him.
Right, you bought him.
Relax. And all I tell them is your quarterback's going to keep you from anything great. And your defense, it was gashed. So I just think the Eagles are fakers. I think Dallas is better still than the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. Speed, you got anything in your mind, brother?
Well, I mean, just for teams that won.
Rich Judge says Patriots are my choice.
Yeah. Well,
that doesn't count.
Fraudulent.
Passes, right?
2 very fraudulent teams in the Steelers and the Patriots that won. I think they'll quickly revert back. Bears did not look great, even though they won. The Saints, I think, looked way better than they really are. 47-10. I think that's who they're playing. I mean, they played Carolina's cooked, bro. We talk about cooked. You're right. Their whole franchise. I mean, listen, we're right there with them. We're bottom of the bottle right there with them right now. But I think everybody is going to look better playing against certain teams right now, like the Panthers and the Giants. And I think Saints are the most fraudulent contender-looking team. I'll say.
I agree. I say the Vikings too. I'll throw the Vikings in there, even though they beat us. I understand, but the Giants suck. But the Vikings
didn't do anything great.
I just don't consider the Saints and Vikings anything. That's the problem.
Right.
Like they won, but
they're not.
You're gonna fizzle out. You're gonna fizzle right out. You know what I mean? In my opinion, there. Hef, what you got, bro?
Maybe the Chargers. There's still a lot more to see there, but I mean the Raiders are bad. They beat them 22-10. So like I'm not a believer by any means in the Chargers at this point. Like you got to show that you can get the best out of Herbert, or else you're not going to go anywhere with a running game with J.K. Dobbins and Gus.
We got to worry about the Raiders. We got to worry about the Raiders in Tennessee for quarterbacks. By the way,
Yeah, Tennessee. It would be interesting if Tennessee goes back to that right this quickly. I mean,
they're not a second round pick. They're not going to last very. They're not going to. There's a very short leash.
True.
So it's going to be the Raiders in Tennessee that we got to worry about.
Are you talking about
next year?
Draft wise?
Yeah, because week 1, my Google search was 2025 draft prospects for quarterbacks. So unfortunately, so the teams I'm worried about are Tennessee, the Raiders, and be honest, I don't have to worry about them, but the Jets will be looking for a quarterback as well.
But they won't be in a position to.
No, they won't. No, they'll be too good. Yeah.
Shador to the Raiders. Just mark it down. It seems like a match made in heaven. I think that's going to happen. Wesley stays on the West Coast. I'm sure Dion would love that. It all works out. But you're right. It's all about the Giants. Who's gonna be ahead of us that also needs a QB?
Tennessee's one of them I'm worried about. Yeah,
Tennessee. Carolina.
Jeff and Eli were looking down right now. I'm like, they're totally texting about me. Like, how do we get him off the podcast?
No, definitely not. No, well, you're actually jamming out to the music. That's the funny part.
No, it's awesome. It's very very smooth. Yeah, no, nice.
I like it, man.
So Sergeant Mayhem says Ewers Beck, or that kid from LSU. I keep going back to the fact that Ewers is keeping Arch Manning from playing. So for me, that's good enough.
Sure
like
I
watch Texas.
I'll throw another name out there. Watch by
Cam Ward.
Yeah, no,
you're right.
The guy. I want him to be.
Oh, there he goes. More money for you guys, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hostage situation. Nice. That's awesome. Guys, if you want us to stay on, keep giving money.
We're closing in on 2,400 here. We're closing in. And listen. We can't stop, but
right.
It's been fun.
It's awesome.
We have to do this live one time, and that's when shit was really going to go off the rails. That's when it's really going to go off the rails.
Dude, it's so much more. Have you and Biz ever done shows in person together?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No, he's been in my basement before we had podcasts. He's been here, but we've never done one live. We were going to. There was a bar, bar that wanted us to. And it just never kind of happened. It was like, okay. And I don't know if I have the equipment to like hear. I imagine you hear a million people behind me. Yeah. So guys, if you listen, I'm in.
I did, Jerry.
Again, I have 3 kids out of the house. I'm in. Whatever you guys want to do. Yeah.
I might have an idea.
Yeah.
I might have to come to you with an offer.
He's good with this.
I'll go to Staten Island. Shaolin. I believe they call it Shaolin, the Wu-Tang Clan.
That is correct. But Jerry, I might have something in the middle of the season. Depends how the Giants do. I'll let you and the Biz know.
Oh, dude, I'm in. I'm telling you right now, I'm in. And I felt bad about week 1, but things happened with.
Hey,
that was terrible.
That would have been a fun tailgate. But the next game I'm looking at is the Commanders game, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we got to be somewhat relevant, man. I can't go to 0-6 or whatever it is.
I just don't think I'm gonna buy a ticket at all this year. I think I'm good for the rest of the year as far as going to the games.
It really just. It depends on what they do.
What's up?
I'm done.
The guy Carlos that we were talking about before, my buddy TK 2400, by the way. Through work, his boss was going to take him to the Giants Cowboys game on Thursday night.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's free, and I was like, I'm good.
Oh my God. So what's funny is, speaking of Giants Rush, Giants Carb Crush. He's a good dude, Chris Rosa.
Yeah.
He texted me. He's like, "Hey, I may have an extra seat in the box Sunday." I'm like, "I can't make it." But like, do you guys get like offers like that once in a while? Like, I'm just saying, like, we have followers who are like loaded with like rich.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris is a nice guy. He doesn't say, but he's obviously does well. He has box seats and but like he'll say like, "Hey," once in a while, like, "Hey, you want to go to the game?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I would love to, but I can't for whatever reason." Do you guys get that?
Got some help.
I would say I get help. Like I put out tweets and stuff, and then
I saw that. Right.
So like I get responses through that, and people like giving me face value cost for.
Yeah, it's cool. Nice.
So that's more than enough for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But
if I go to the Washington game, one of you guys got to go with me.
I'm 100% in.
He probably got me. I don't know if I'm sold on this Giant season just yet, Jerry.
I know.
I don't
that's
know,
the
man.
thing. No, that's the thing. They can't be irrelevant. They can't be irrelevant.
I don't know, man. But you know what? Yeah, I mean, they got to win. Let's see what happens first.
Let's just win. Let's just win this weekend, and we'll talk about going.
Look at what Rich just said. Please highlight that. Just FYI. Please highlight Rich's comment. There you go. Boom. There it is.
You have made this.
Thanks, Rich.
The best. We enjoy every 24/17, 24/18 of you that joined. And again, we have to shout out.
This is a record for us.
We got to hit 2,500. I'm just saying. Listen, guys. I mean, you're 24/17
by the end of this episode. He's planning on it.
Can Jerry stay on and we go?
Let's do it.
That's awesome. Imagine I'm getting you guys are getting like super chats.
Yeah, Jerry's gonna take over the show. We're gonna dip out.
But no, listen, guys. Of course, man. Every time us and the Giants Insider get together, man, things happen like this nature. So we want to thank you guys so much for doing this, man. And of course, we've been trying to jump on the Giant Insider pod as well. So hopefully we can get that done for you guys this year as well.
Nice. And
we'll make it happen for sure, man. But let's close this up, man. Let's have a good time, man. On behalf of my brother, Mr. Glass Half Full, El Jefe, and of course, our guy, our brother, Jerry Foley. It's your boy, Jerry. Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jerry.
New York Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Wood